Parshat Toldos is not just the story of two brothers. It's a blueprint of history and a mirror of the times we're living through right now. The Torah tells us that even before Yaakov and Eisav were born, they were already struggling inside their mother. This was the very first expression of two completely different ways of looking at existence. Yaakov represents purpose, a world guided by meaning, a world in which every moment is part of a larger destiny. Eisav represents immediacy, the power of the moment, strength, speed, instinct. The world is something to take, to enjoy, to conquer. And then Yaakov emerges holding on to Eisav's heel, the Akev, the lowest part of the body, the place closest to the dust. The heel represents the end of history, the final stretch, the place where things feel concealed, confusing, heavy. And that is exactly where Yaakov holds on, because the mission of Yaakov is not to dominate the world by force, not to beat the Eisavs of this world, but to persevere, to hang on to the end, to stay faithful, even when truth seems hidden and the world celebrates noise and speed and strength. Eisav is described as a hunter, a man of the field. He lives in the open arena where success is measured by power and cunning and speed. Yaakov sits in the tents, not to escape the world, but to reveal its depth, to anchor reality in the presence of Hashem. When Yitzhak gives the blessings to Yaakov, the Torah is teaching us that blessing belongs to the one who bears responsibility, not the one who acts on impulse. The conflict intensifies. Eisav rages. Yaakov must flee and the struggle continues. And that conflict echoes down the centuries and continues right into our own generation. We see a world torn between meaning and confusion, between purpose and chaos, between those who believe history is guided and those who believe it's just random. The louder the conflict becomes, the closer we are to the footsteps of that final chapter of Mashiach. Parshat Toldos reminds us that the struggle may be ancient, but so is the promise. The voice of Yaakov, the quiet voice of truth, still guides the world forward. Even when the dust rises around the heel, that voice leads us toward the fulfillment Hashem planned from the very, very beginning. May we see it speedily in our days.